Yeah.
And I'm back here. We finally beat Google Plus into submission somehow. Um, I remember in the 90s when we were talking about video, or even the 80s, the future was always about video phones, right?
Hmm.
Hey, Ryan, good morning. And the joke was about how we'd
Yeah.
have to get dressed to answer the telephone.
Hmm.
But as I recall, the big problem was not broadcasting video. The big problem was how do you actually send a notification to rendezvous two people to say, hey, it's time to call.
Yeah.
And so we still not, we have all, I guess that's one thing that Skype is incredibly good at. Skype is really good at solving the notification problem.
Do you remember the Swatch.beat watches?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was trying to solve that problem of like different time zones, where like you divide a day into 999 different segments, and then
Oh, right.
100 beats here is the same time where you are, but like a different actual time zone. That was kind of cool. Never really took off. All right.
So you want
How are you?
I'm going to give you control.
Yeah, cool. How do I do this? Okay, so
The new iPhone app was building for us for the Swan Factory.
capture. No, I don't want that.
You probably want the green.
Here it is, screen share. Got it. All right. So I may as well just do the app. Actually, I'll do X. I'll just do my desktop. See it all. All right. Let me get rid of that so it doesn't infinitely loop. Okay. So first things first, elephant in the room. I had to recreate the project from scratch.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't too much of a big deal. Just because of the naming and stuff, it kind of screwed up a little bit. So I just made it from scratch. This is the project. Basically, it has the ugliest initial view controller in the world. Can you see it there, hands-on? Very simple. I'll make that a little bit prettier. This is the first view.
Ooh.
What?
Yeah, I've taken a lot of inspiration from Apple there. This is all hooked up now, so this is actually recording and saving and playing back. So when you hit record, I've set it just to be 5 seconds, but obviously you can max it out and stuff. You can trash the recording or play it back. Might actually play it because I never actually stopped it. Let me just trash it and start again. Record, stop. I don't know if you can hear that, but it is actually playing back what I just what I just recorded.
Nice.
Yeah, I haven't gotten the ability to actually preserve a state, so like pause and continue. I think that's quite limited. I think the library I'm using, which is just the AV audio library, is quite limited. You can't pause and
That could almost be
continue
a feature, right? These things are so short. There is no like pause in the middle once you start your.
Yeah, I was thinking. Yeah, like initially it said like pause instead of stopped, but I figure like when I hit stop, I'll like make it reset back to the beginning.
Yeah.
But yes, all I need to do for this one is just implement the share functionality, and then make the deleting a bit better. You control the time here.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
I think 20 seconds is what we agreed on.
12.
12?
12
Okay.
magic number. 12 people.
No, please.
Sorry. It was 12 people, 12 seconds, 12 hops to cover the entire planet.
Okay. 12 it is.
No.
Yeah.
So that'll just...
No.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I can hear myself. I hear it playing back to me. So I'll do the share thing, and then I just have to redo. Where is this here? Stop screen sharing. So then I just have to redo do the second and third view. The trickiest part of that one is getting all the audio control stuff hooked up.
I'll have to be able to play inline.
Yeah, that's right. So like it's saving it as a M4V file. Let me look here.
It is actually video. It's just video with no.
M4A file, yeah. So it's saving it as an actual audio file.
Okay.
So if we get like post pitch, we can just send that that audio file, sorry, straight to wherever we decide to store it.
Right. Here's a question: would it be simpler if we had a list of messages and then you clicked on the list and it took you back to this view to play it?
Simpler than what?
And you said the tricky part was wiring up the audio.
Oh, it's already done. That was
okay.
So. Yeah, it's done, but the tricky bit was doing it in the first place.
Oh, okay.
Because
Cool.
I'd never done anything with AV Foundation yet before, besides video stuff, but nothing with just pure audio. So it was kind of fun. It's actually really simple. So our ex-employer made it pretty easy to use.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'll go ahead and push this up to the thing now. Dates are something that I'm not great with. Is the pitch tomorrow or the day after?
Today is Tuesday in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
And we are meeting, and so we have right. So the pitch is tomorrow our time.
Okay.
And then
That's
it's
cool.
still just midnight there.
Yeah, it's just 12:30 now.
It's your Wednesday.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So your Thursday is our event. We have
Okay.
so yes. So yeah. So the plan is that I and perhaps David will beat on whatever you've got this evening and add any taglines or branding we've come up with, and then we will maybe do this around this time tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. So same time tomorrow. By that time, I'll have the other two views done. So while I'm here, I'll actually push this now. Just give me a second here.
And then at 1 o'clock we're meeting with a potential customer, and then at 1 o'clock, and then 6 hours later will be the pitch.
Okay. Cool. Well, so I'll push this now, so that way you guys can play with it and see if it matches what you.
Right. I think even that, just being able to record and play something will definitely give people a feel. And also, I should be able to install this on my phone, right? I don't need an account for that anymore.
Yeah. No, you'll need you'll just need a way of signing it. Why can I not push this? You may not have permission to act hands-on. Check preferences to make sure you're still logged in. Maybe it logged me out for some reason. No, I'm still logged in. First commit. History. Yes, because I had to delete a lot of things, so maybe that's why it's flipping out. Is it a private repository or a public repository?
It's all public.
Okay. I might not, because it's public, I might have to do a pull request.
Yeah, so I put everything in an app folder. If it shouldn't be causing any conflict, you could always call it something else.
That's the folder I had to remove.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you check that out and.
Yes, I cloned it, removed that, added the new one. I didn't remove your license thing because so it's unnecessary. Where are we? And so. Yeah, so I might just need to do a pull request, which is cool. I think.
Push.
It'd be a pull, and then you'd just accept it.
Okay, you sent a pull request to me. Gotcha.
Yeah.
You doing branch or master?
I'll do it to master.
Okay.
Source and destination branches are the same. That's right. That's what I want. Maybe that's a problem. Okay, hang on. Maybe I gotta. I'm sure I know what I've got to do here.
Before I go to sleep, you can just email again, and I'll push it up the old-fashioned way.
We live in the future. We don't have to do it that way. Pull request branch. I'm using CocoaPods as well. So all you'll need to do is do you have CocoaPods on your computer?
I've never used it, so.
Okay, it's pretty good. It's like Maven for
I'm familiar with it. Never had it. Haven't been so long since I've done.
I'm clicking bugs.
We're not cooking bugs, Rohan. It's called CocoaPod.
Cooking bugs too. I mean, it does create a lot of bugs, so he's not wrong. Alrighty, so we're on that one. Master, your local commits will be synced to GitHub. That's right. That's what I want.
Good.
Send pull request.
Ruby, so that's good.
There aren't any commits to merge. Okay, I got to commit first. Commit nonsense commit. Okay. I don't know how well this is going to work, but we'll see. This pull request can be merged automatically. There you go. Seems weird that it would merge it automatically. But wow.
So then installing CocoaPods will then Xcode and the install scripts take care of everything else?
Kinda, yeah. So when you install it, I still can't do it. It's authentication. I'll just zip it up and send it to you.
Okay. Oh, you know
so
what? I bet you grabbed the HTTP URL rather than the SSH URL.
Yeah, you might be right. That's all right, though. I'll send this all to you. A branch master, dragging the branch another name. Branch in. Oh my god. Things breaking now. Give me a second here. Then documents. I'm just paranoid. I'm just going to make a copy of that just so it doesn't break. Okay. Now, you. Yeah, I must have just screwed something up with deleting the old repository because it would have deleted the Git file. And so that's probably why it's all flipping out now. That's my bad. Switch to branch. Discard all changes. Yes. Switch to branch. Master. Okay. Cancel. I'm just going to build that to make sure I haven't broken anything.
I want to let me fly.
La 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 la.
And so you said so the CocoaPods. Is there anything more I have to do other than getting it on the machine?
No, so you get the CocoaPods. Then what you need to do is when you get this this stuff I send you, you then have to jump into terminal and just do pod install on the command line, and that'll grab whatever repositories I'm using that aren't copied. Because it shouldn't copy, like it shouldn't send you any of the actual pod files.
Right. It doesn't. Okay. It does not currently run pod install as part of the build process.
That's right. Yeah. So because you only have to do it once, so it doesn't do it like every time. So you just do that when you get it, and then it will install the progress bar thingo called M13 something or other.
Okay.
And it'll also create a workspace instead of a project file. So then you just need to use the workspace from then on.
Workspace, not the project file.
That's right. Yeah. I mean, you can load the project file. It's okay, but it just won't be able to find the pods, and it might like screw up. So pod install, if it doesn't already have a workspace, it'll generate one. Mm-hmm. But if it doesn't, just run that. Just use that to open it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I used to, like when I first started using CocoaPods, I thought that was the weirdest thing in the world. I'm like, oh, why do I have to use that? Like, I hate that. Rah 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 rah. But it's actually pretty sweet. It doesn't really cause too many problems. Why can I not send you mail? Everything's going wrong today. It's like not connecting to Gmail. Did I send it using the right service? Let's see. That. Okay. Try something else. I'll send it through my iCloud. Yes, and I'm sending it through my iCloud, but I don't use iCloud often, so it's just I decided that I would tidy up all my GitHub, all my Gmail passwords and specific passwords, and I think in doing that, I probably deleted the password that is actually used for this.
Awkward.
Yeah. Just want to make sure that sends. The internet in Australia isn't the best, so it'll probably take a while to send. So regarding the second one, I had a look at the storyboard that you created, and I just want to make sure that I have the concept right. So I'm just going to open up the storyboard again real quick. I think it's in base main storyboard. Luckily, you can just open storyboards for any project without having to open the entire project, which is quite convenient.
Although occasionally disorienting when you realize you have a non-editable version of the storyboard.
Yeah. Alrighty, so it looks like we have, so on the second one, which is the, I think that would be the, oh yes, sorry, I'll do that right now, give me a second here. Main storyboard, share.
There we go.
Alrighty, so I know this was the, this one was the one that I replaced.
Yeah.
So that one's Dunsky's. Now, this one I think is your view.
Yeah, this is the person looking at when Ryan creates a box, it should show up here as like an inbox.
Okay. So this one I'll probably just reuse the other view, but instead of being your image, it would be his image. So you're like looking at his profile almost.
Yeah.
And so I'll change it so it's obvious that you're looking at his profile, and the red bar that represents recording will change instead to a green bar, green bar that's just playback.
Okay.
The tagging.
That's just going to be a button. It won't actually do anything at this point.
Okay. That's cool. So this is your one, and then I think this is Christine's one?
No, that's the share sheet. So that's the one.
Oh, okay.
Right. So my view is, and we want to have like, there'll be two or three old messages and one, new message.
Kind of like tweet.
Right. It doesn't even have to be at this point. But anyway, the point is that there's a share button which brings up a share pane or a share.
Okay.
Or swiping from the share buttons. I'm not sure what the right thing is, but the idea is that when I'm in the view, I can just be looking at it. But then when I want to do something, these are the things that I can do.
I understand that. That makes sense.
Right, and the basically would be the tricky part is that, and this is the heart of the demos. There's two different concepts. One is that I can share it directly to my circles that I'm a part of, like 12, or I can promote it to our to a parent circle. Or
okay.
Super circle. I'm trying to figure a good word for that. A higher order circle.
Mm-hmm.
And the basic concept is how to solve the let's call it the O problem, the reply all thing, where you accidentally send something to the entire list that's useless, or worse, you just love sending everything to the list all the time. You drive everyone crazy. That's why people don't want to be part of the large mailing lists, right? It's because of that feature. The higher order list is composed of these smaller groups. Everything you get sent to your group, but someone has to choose to promote it for you to get it out to the rest of the group. And so there's always a chain of trust, and so the idea is that there's two kinds. And so sharing it to your circles is a straightforward action. but there's a higher cost to sharing it up to the larger circle. The other idea I realized is that you want some sort of reputation ranking and sort of some gamification economy.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized, actually, we should just have creds. And your cred score is, in fact, your reputation and your currency. You remember me talking about credibility poker? A long time ago? One of my rants was about credibility poker.
Yeah, I remember that.
Right? The idea is that, okay, so that you get a reputation, but you have to spend your reputation to send out messages. And if people like your messages, you get it back. And if they don't, you've just wasted your reputation. So it actually mimics reality. And so
that's pretty cool.
I think that, and the idea is that the larger the group you're sending it to, the more cred you're wasting. And so it encourages you to try and get people to share it organically rather than blowing all your cred in one big blast. So, and if you lose your cred, if you blow up all your cred, you have to go and like help other people watch their views, like their stuff, in order to rebuild your cred before you can start talking again. So that'll punish the pure broadcast types who don't actually say something that people like.
It's kind of like the idea of drag and kill points in like EverQuest and World of Warcraft and stuff, where back in the day when raiding was weird, you would, every time you'd go and do an event, they would, like, the guild would give you points, and then if you wanted something, like say something dropped, something really cool, you'd have to spend the points that you've earned, and so you're like building up this credit, this like money, and then spending it on things you want, and it stops people just wanting everything. Yeah. And so if you want a really cool item, you have to save up for it, and so it makes every decision more valuable. It's the same reason we started doing the kids an allowance. If they want something, they can spend their money instead of us like them bugging us for it. So. Yeah. But in some sense, what we're trying to do is train people how to go viral. Right? Viral, right? Is it like, okay, we're tracking all these circles of trust, and we'll give you real-time feedback in terms of your cred score by whether the messages you're sending are actually resonating with your community. Right? And the philosophy behind this is that most churches, they're organized around a Sunday morning meeting where one guy can speak at a time. Usually a guy, sometimes woman, but they're the one preacher, one lead singer, one person doing announcements, and everyone's competing for that microphone. And the idea is that, well, no, everyone can have a microphone, but you can't blast everybody unless you burn the cred. Yeah, totally. We're hoping we can sell this in churches before they realize that, wait, this means the pastor has to actually compete for a voice the same way everyone else does, and he'll actually get real-time feedback on whether anyone's actually listening to him. They were pretty good. That's why the hard part is getting a pastor who's willing to be our AT&T to embrace a disruptive business model. That's the 1 o'clock time. All right, I gotta go. My son's punching me in the stomach. No problems. I sent it to your Gmail and to your iMessage as well. Okay. Awesome. Cool. So I'm gonna probably crash now, but I'll finish those other two things tomorrow, and we'll just catch up this time tomorrow. Great. Thank you. Bye bye. No problems. Night night. See yous.